aliens made of rock, ice, and lava, just to name a few. But these little beings were different. They were short and gray, with 4 eyes and no mouths. They had large heads, which was common among aliens, but their skulls were all strangely translucent. It was like their heads were balloons someone had inflated just a bit too much, and you could see into them. Finn could barely make out the brains inside. They looked like glowing purple tennis balls with electric currents coursing through them. Watch your step. Finn nearly tripped on the step leading up to a cobblestone pathway. Again, the words had appeared in Finn's head. He noticed this time that the brains in the aliens' heads glowed brighter when they spoke. He looked back at his friend Elias Carreras, who was playing with the walkie-talkie built into the sleeve of his spacesuit. The explorers used the walkie-talkies to keep in touch with the space station on their missions. Elias was the troop's chief technologist. "I think this thing is on the fritz," he said. "I'll take it apart as soon as we're back on the Marlow." Okay, so he must have heard the same voices Finn had. Every time something went wrong, Elias tried to fix it with technology. Finn stood on his toes to catch a glimpse of his oldest friend, Vale Gill, the troop's sergeant-at-arms, whose dark brown eyes seemed to be searching the sky for... "Did he say this place is going to blow up?" yelled Vale. "Why are we still here? And how are they talking without mouths? It's like their words are in my brain. I got word brain. Am I going crazy?" Finn never really had to read Vale's expressions to know what he was thinking. The final member of Explorers Troop 301 to follow the little aliens was Foggy, Finn's robot. He looked as pleased as could be. Foggy had been on countless adventures with the troop, and they'd come to rely on his loyalty and his fearlessness. He was also strangely optimistic in the face of things like exploding planets. "Ooh, stopping a planet from exploding should be impossible," said the robot. His voice, which Finn had once described as sounding like a hairdryer starting up, whistled through the planet's thin air. "Let's give it a try." The astronauts followed the aliens through an archway into a garden. They walked down a stone path surrounded by enormous plants. Giant flowers of all colors towered over the kids. It was like walking into a jungle, but with a pleasant path of cobblestone to follow. Finn felt like some of the plants were watching them, their petals turned toward the kids as they walked by. Typically, the Marlow's Kid Explorer troops only visited planets that had already been scouted. The space station scientists would scan the planet to see if it was dangerous. If they decided it was safe, the kids would go down and check it out. It was their version of school. Rocket off to far-flung planets and study them. This time, however, Troop 301 had been headed toward a different planet, when something on this planet had lassoed their ship and dragged them down to its green surface. "I still don't like that they took control of our pod," said Abigail, who always piloted their ship. "Let's hope they don't take control of our brains, too," said Finn. "Ha ha 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 ha!" the aliens laughed. "We can't control your brains, only speak directly to them. 16 minutes until the explosion, by the way. Please hurry." The kids ducked under the low branches of a tree and came out the other side into a large atrium. 3 giant gray aliens stood waiting for them. Finn didn't like the look of these aliens. While the ones they'd first met had seemed harmless enough, something about these giants was more menacing. They had 4 eyes like the others, but big, gaping mouths too, and they nervously shuffled their feet as if they were going to charge like rhinos. "Let me guess," said Vale. "These are the guys who are going to destroy your planet in 16 minutes? 15 minutes now." The tiny aliens' brains all glowed bright purple. "And no, these are simply the 15